It's hard to see. I'm on a mission this morning. It is the 19th of November, and all this week I've had my brain completely fizzled with my schedule, and I thought for sure it was the 25th yesterday, and it completely screwed up. I was driving all over the place thinking I was going to a certain event that isn't till next week. I thought that opening season of lake trout was going to be next week, so I was super hyped, and I've been getting my trout gear ready, and I kind of already put my carp stuff to the side for the winter. I will be doing some winter carp sessions, but not the campaigns like I did the last couple years. So I found myself with most of today free. I've screwed up everything else where I was supposed to be because it's not supposed to be till next weekend. I didn't know what to do with myself. Obviously, I need to get some videos done and get some videos ready for the channel. So I thought, well, I can definitely get out and do some fishing. I still have the carp gear for the most part ready. I don't want to start for trout until lake trout season opens on the 1st of December, because I don't want to go down and start catching steelhead and then get into a bunch of lake trout and have to stop, and I want to be able to enjoy everything. So I thought, okay, I can do a carp mission today, but it's the 19th of November. There's very few spots where I'm going to have a chance, and I haven't done any pre-baiting, and I'm not going to lie, I don't even know what bait I have in the back of the van. I know I have some boilies. Pretty sure I have some pellets with me. I don't know if I have any corn. I don't know if I have anything else. I literally grabbed my super light 9-foot rods, a small barrel pannier full of tackle, and a couple nets. That's it. I'm gonna go out and just try and get a bunch of bites today. I might hit a couple of spots. Basically, the two spots that I have in mind, I haven't fished in a couple years, either one of them. So I'm at the first location now. I just pulled in. I've got about 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers to walk into the spot. So I'm traveling as light as possible, minimal gear, probably next to nothing for bait. And even if I do have some bait back there, I don't know what I have in the van to get bait out to where I'm fishing. I don't know if I have any PVA with me. I don't know if I have a slingshot or, well, apparently I don't have a baiting spoon. Not one that I can see from here. So, options are limited, but I'm going to try and get a bunch of carp today and see how it goes. So my mission is get bites. That's it. Just get as many bites as I can today and try and have a fun day. So when I see you next, we should be out on the water, because I think I've got about half an hour before sunrise, and I got to get walking. All right. Made it out to the spot. It's cold. I'm sweating from carrying all the gear. Even though I stripped the gear out, I still got 15 pounds of camera gear with me. You know, and that's just a small camera bag with a few cameras, battery packs, stuff like that, and the tripod. So the equipment wasn't as stripped down as I would like. It was a hard walk, cold air, hard to breathe. But I'm cooking now, so I'm gonna get things rocking. I've seen 2 fish rise just down, so you can see where that wind line is, and then it's flat. Right on that line down there, about 60 yards, I've seen 2 fish show. Looks like the weeds that are really bad here in the summertime have been almost completely knocked down. I've got 2 rods that still have rigs on them from the last time I used this setup, which is probably a year and a half, almost 2 years ago that I used these. I'm not sure, maybe last summer, so at least a year and a half since I've had this gear out. But there's 2 brand new rigs on there. Hooks are good. There's some monster carp tackle hooks on that setup. So I'm going to get some fresh hook baits on those, get those out, and tie up a rig and set up the third rod. I'm gonna kind of shoot for 3 or 4 hours here. It should be just about 7 a.m. You know what? Let me check. It's 7:15. It took me a little longer to walk in than I thought, I guess. But yeah, burning some daylight here. I'm gonna get these two out there and see how long it takes us to have a chance at getting a fish here. Shut up. I'm trying to do a video. Seriously. Alright, update time. Can you see me? It's hard because it's really bright behind me. So just over an hour the lines have been in. I did redo the other two when I put the third out. I found some PVA mesh in the bag and put out 3 little PVA bags of pellets and crushed tiger nut and corn boilies, so superfruit pellets, and I think 3 crushed up tiger nut and corn pellets or boilies in the bag, so that there's something a little bit brighter on the bottom, and then a nice little dark patch of very scented, like, good bait. Sorry, I'm cold. I got really cold. I got a really good chill, like, in the last 15 minutes or so, because I'm not moving around. The sun's coming up on the far side. I'm still going to be in shadow for probably another hour. Part of me did consider going over to the other side, but I have seen absolutely no shows in the sunny areas. I have, however, seen a ton of shows on this side, many of which are right in the zone where I'm fishing. And I did actually put a couple handfuls of boilies out just to kind of spread some bait over the area, get some scent going. Hopefully these fish that are rising can kind of move around and pick up one here, one there. There's definitely some bait fish moving around, so maybe they've switched onto that, I don't know. But there has been absolutely no indication whatsoever on the rods, except for the left when I tried to step over and kicked it. It's the only movement on the rods at all. So I'm probably going to give it no more than another 2 hours here, at the absolute most, before I move on and try and find another spot. The wind is supposed to be bad today. It's supposed to be west and northwest winds, kind of steady at 20 kilometers to 25 kilometers an hour, and gusts as much as 45 kilometers an hour in certain areas. So I really have to be careful about the spots that I choose, because it's going to be a damn cold wind. And if it's already this cold now, I don't want to be in the wind. So I'm going to have a little snack, move around a bit just to warm up my feet, because I forgot to put my boots on. And hopefully something will come along and pick up the bait. It's nice to see them rising right here, right over the bait, right over the lines. but the fact that I've had zero indication, that's bugging me. I'm not expecting to just crush it today. It's the middle of November. It's cold. I get it. It's going to be tough, but honestly, with the amount of fish I've seen, I'm surprised I haven't had one. I really am. Oh my God, I can't sit in one spot. It's cold. Given this spot a little bit more time than I should have, I think. There is fish rising everywhere. And the only indication I've had is that I've had a slight pull on the right hand rod, and that is it. I had the sun peek over the hill and it got really comfortable for about 10 minutes, and then somehow wind going this way, somehow the clouds came across this way and completely covered it up and made it really cold and really damp. So it's been quite uncomfortable. Now you can see ahead there that the clouds are going to end, and I'll probably get some sun for a bit, but I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to sit behind motionless rods all day. You know, I've got most of the day, but not all day. And I really want to get a couple bites. So I am going to head up to another spot. Dave's got a spot that's been rocking. It's not really a spot that I'm thinking that I really want to put a full setup in. It's very out in the open. It's not nice and contained like a spot like this where I can kind of have it to myself. So I think I'm going to head up there and meet up with Dave. Hopefully I can get a coffee on the way, and it might be a little bit of a one rod business kind of thing. Just one rod, one net, get down to the water and just see if I can get a quick bite or two. So I'm going to keep these rods in for about another 10 minutes, and then if nothing happens here, actually, you know what, whether something happens here or not, in 10 minutes these rods are coming in and I'm moving spots. We'll go try that spot where Dave is for an hour or two, and then I have one more spot kind of up my sleeve that I think is going to be affected very similar to the way this is, but instead of being a river system where the fish can go everywhere, it's about an 1.5 acre, 2 acre pond, and I did a walk around it yesterday, and I think I know where the fish are there. So I'm gonna do a bit of a pack up here with the gear, get these rods in, make the long walk back to the van, and get to Dave's spot as quickly as I can. Hopefully we can get a fish in today. Well, just rocked up at Dave's spot. Looks awesome. The wind is not impacting this spot as much. The sun is out and really warm over here. Yeah, it might be worth just putting one rod in for an hour, see what happens. I'm pretty sure Dave's gonna pop in shortly. He knows I'm here and he only lives about 2 blocks away, so let's maybe wait till he pops over, and then I'll grab a rod out of the car and give it a shot. Alright, the sun is definitely brighter here. So I just went back to the van. I grabbed a net, an unhooking mat, one rod. I got a few boilies in my pocket. I got 2 other hook baits if I lose my hook baits or need to change them. And just the one camera on the tiny little 4-inch tripod. Let's try and do a little in and out mission, like I said. Just get a fish or two real quick. No bite alarms, nothing like that. Old school, just sit here with one rod. See if I can get a take. I wasn't gonna come here. You know, this is kind of Dave's spot. This is what he's been baiting up, and kind of hoping he'll do a little bit of a vlog from here soon. But with my other spot not doing well, and the secondary spot much closer to home than I was. It was only like 10 minutes up the road to come up to here. And Dave just said, hey, you know, the fish are there, the bait's been in. You can probably get a couple bites. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to just plop one rod in and see what happens. A little shallower than I expected. I can sit on. Now I'm hitting buttons on everything. Oh yeah, screw is stripped on the tripod, so it's going to be floppy as can be. Yeah, guerrilla style video. So there's the rod right here. Sit on a rock. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to show you because I can't get this tripod to lock into place. It just wants to spin. Wow, sorry. I think I'm casting to the right spot. He said, he gave me a specific marker on the ground to go by, and then cast on a 45. But he didn't really say how far. So I did about maybe 25 yards, 30 yards. We'll start with that. No knocks or bumps after 5 or 10 minutes. Can move it a little further or move it over a little bit more. I'll tell you right now, it is so much more comfortable here than where I was. It's one of the one of the interesting things about this region. You know, in the fall and the spring, when it gets really cold and really comfortable to be out, when it's damp, even sometimes in the summertime when it's raining really bad in some spots, we have so much water that we can bounce from one spot to another. Quite often you can get out of bad weather conditions in a 10-minute drive. You know, you can get out of really harsh winds and find like a 10-degree difference. Put a little link up here somewhere, or this side, not sure which side. The one spring video I did a year or two ago, 2 years ago maybe. It got so bitterly cold on an early April morning. I think it was like the first couple days of April, and it got so bitterly cold and so windy on the bank I was sitting on. I still managed a couple small fish, but just driving up the road 15 minutes to another area to fish a pond, I got completely protected from the wind, and it was such a difference in temperature. So that's one thing about where I live, that I am very, very lucky to have the opportunity to just bounce from one spot to another within a very short drive, just to get out of the weather. literally any changes I have to do beyond hook baits or anything, I'm gonna have to go back to the car for, because I've got like next to nothing down here. But let's give it 15 minutes, see if we get any knocks or bumps. If not, we'll move it slightly and try and find this this honey hole that Dave has set himself up. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, this damn little tripod. Hi. So it's been, it's been about 20 minutes. And, I'm starting to think, oh, I'm going to have to recast. I'm going to have to do something. And I just looked down at the tip of the rod and it just went boink, boink. And that's enough for me. It's the most action I've had all day. Now, I have no idea how to judge the size on what I'm playing right now, because I'm using my little 9-foot 2.75 test curve rods with the light line. I think I got 12-pound test line on here. But I can't set the camera up to see everything I want it to see. So this is on, I'm using smaller baits today. So right now I have on the yellow of the Take 4 DT Baits Take 4 kit, where you get, it's like all these different flavors mixed with cold water green beast. This is the yellow one. Fish is almost ready for the net. I'll have to fix the angle in a second. I can do that on the computer, not from here. No. Oh, I just took that last lunge right there. I just about saw it. I just got it to the surface and I just was about to see it there. Damn. Oh, man. wasn't playing that fish too hard. I had lots of line. It just took one last lunge right there, right in front. It felt better and better as I got it closer in, but it also was fighting harder and harder. And it was just doing a lot of back and forth. Let's hope that's not the only chance. I think I was just a little bit too excited that I actually had a fish on. It felt decent. Yeah, I guess all I can do is try for another one now. Maybe fiddle with the camera less on the next one just to try and get it in the net.
A few moments later.
Ooh, that didn't take long. That was actually really exciting. I put the line back out, I put the camera down, looked at my rod tip, and it went boink, boink. Got another fish. Definitely bigger than I thought it was. It's definitely in the doubles. And it didn't fight or feel at any point as heavy as the first one. So I might have had a bigger fish on the first time that I lost. He's just sitting in the net right now. I'm going to get him out in a minute, and we'll have a look at him. Oh, what a bit of a kerfluffle trying to get myself situated here. Oh, this is a character. This is a neat fish. Looks like my lead came off. There's a slot in the side of the lead so that when it slides up past the PVA stem that it's on, it can come off. So I'm going to have to go back to the van for another lead. But this fish has no eye on this. There's no eye there. So as if that wasn't cool enough, it's got a really cool scar on this side, right in the middle. That's a nice fish. I'm really happy with that. Big, big tail. It's a really nice fish. Oh, come on. Settle. I need to get him back. I'm gonna need to go up to the van and get a lead. That's 2 bites very, very quickly together, so I should have a pretty good chance at getting 1 or 2 more fish. Holy shit, Dave. Okay, this is a better fish. Hi. Dave's come to visit.
If it says REC on the screen, it's recording, right?
Yes.
All right.
So after that last fish, I had to go up to the van to kind of tackle back up because the lead had come off and there was a little bit of a ding on the point of my hook, so I had to get my hook file, get another lead. And Dave was at the van. So I got company. Dave was very kind enough to bring coffee.
I'm currently filming with 2 coffees in my hand and a camera in the other hand.
This feels stronger than the first 2.
You can generally tell the difference here is they're either heavy or it's like obviously the head shake. So
Well, everything on this rod feels heavy. They're not doing big head shakes. Just
that
big
one's
pulses.
pretty good.
This definitely feels like a better fish with the way it's fighting. It's just kind of holding its ground after that long run. But I got a really light rod. I got light line. This is my small fish setup. That's what I was after today. I did not intend on coming near. But I think, as I mentioned earlier, with the way the wind is from the north and northwest, the location I started at and the location I was going to go to, the wind would really impact me there. And here, I barely feel it at all. And I've got the sun keeping me warm. So you had a session here the other day, right?
Yeah.
How many fish did you have?
I went 5 for 6 behind one rod in like 3 or 4 hours.
5 for 6 behind one rod.
And you're almost at that.
I've now had 3 bites, and I've landed 1 out of 2. This one hopefully will be in the net soon. It was a good take, eh? Just
Yeah.
watching the tip, there's no bite alarm, just guerrilla style fishing, and the rod just pulled right off the rock.
I miss just sitting behind the rods and watching the tip. It's like,
It's been a while.
yeah. I still watch the tip even when I got my alarm going.
You get spoiled with the gear, right? Like, I like the alarms because I can look at the birds, I can watch everything else. The day watching the tips when nothing's happening is a really unpleasant day. Now when stuff's happening,
Do you got a knot in your line there?
yeah, I got a braided leader on there.
Oh.
Where I've been fishing with these rods. Oh man, it's just way smaller. Way smaller. Quality fish though.
It's got a good chest on him anyway.
This is the size of fish I was after at the other spot. Wrong. 2 for 3.
Oh, okay. I get and action.
Sorry, what?
Action.
Action.
That doesn't look too bad.
No, it's a good little fish. It's a nice, healthy looking fish.
I'm surprised. Like sometimes they're scale perfect. Like I don't know, maybe it's closer to spawning season and here they look like garbage, but it's not the most friendly environment for them.
Oh, this is a pretty one. I like the colors. Another really big tail, but this one's pretty much scale perfect. Beautiful fish. Nice shimmer right down the middle. I'm happy with that.
I should be below you and make the fish look bigger, but I'm slightly above you, so.
Let me hold it close so you can get an idea of how small it actually is. It's tiny. You know, that's an 8 or 9 pound fish.
Oh, I'll give you that.
Give it double edges.
I'll give you that.
The other one was probably twice this size. I don't think the other one was 20. Now the one I lost, that was a monster.
Here she goes.
Okay, so it's been a while without a bite. I've been enjoying Dave's company. We're just chatting, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to change hook bait. So I changed to a pink strawberries and cream, and I I recast and I set it down, and like I don't even think I had my hand off the rod for what, 2 seconds, and it ripped around, but I set it into nothing. So let's just see if we can recreate that. Put that back out in that deep spot. There it is. I figured if they weren't touching the yellow, now Dave did put 2 scoops of sweet corn out, and if they stopped hitting my yellow, maybe getting a bright pink bait would be that visual trigger. That if they're on that bait, that bright pink thing landing right in the middle of them would get a fish to just pounce on it. And it definitely did there. Let's just give it a minute or two and see if that happens again, because that was insane. Like the tip just whipped right around and I still set into nothing. That was exciting, wasn't it? But you said that that's what happened to you when you did your session. You put your cast
Yeah,
on,
the insta-bite.
so it's just a matter of like landing right where those fish are feeding.
Maybe there is something to the pink. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you said you had most of your fish on pink.
Yeah, I didn't know if I just chalked it up to just timing it right and being on the spot or whatever. But when I switched to a white bait after that, and I still got, but the bites seemed to like come half as frequently. It was taking like twice as long between bites, and then you go and put a pink bait on, and it's like the lead barely hit the bottom, and you had to take. So I don't know.
Now I like to think I hit the same spot. And no, nothing.
I don't think the fish got stung.
No, I don't think so. I didn't feel any part of it.
It would be interesting.
Man, I wasn't expecting things to be as exciting as they were here. And they got really exciting really quickly. And then it just went dead. And then I change a hook bait and it goes, whew, heart rate right up. Put it back out. Nothing.
2 for 4.
Well, do we count that as a bite? I didn't sting anything.
I don't know.
Line, it was just a tip ripped around.
It's different. It's different without. It's different without fish than the alarms.
Yeah, I guess, eh?
It's action anyway.
Yeah.
And you had a liner just before that.
Yeah, I did have a liner on the yellow, which made me delay changing my hook bait a little bit longer, but who knows? You said you saw a salmon through here the other day, so there might have been a dead old salmon just swimming through the line or something. Oh well, hook bait changed, back out in the general area. We'll give it a few minutes, see what happens. Today started cold, and it's wrapping up cold. It's just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've definitely spent more time here than I thought I was going to. After that last fish, the wind really picked up. It got really cold, clouds had really filled in, and it's been far less comfortable than it was when I arrived. So probably the last hour, or just over an hour, has really tried my patience. I got really excited. You know, get here, sat peacefully, it was calm, it was comfortable, and then all of a sudden the carp decided to just throw some shenanigans my way and went nuts. I had a couple of really good bites, landed 2 of them. To get bites in the middle of November, you know, I'm happy with that. I really am really happy with that. But to have had 3 so quick together and all be decent fish, despite the fact that I lost the first one, I know it was a good fish. I have no complaints. I had a great day. I did still think I would stop at that 3rd location, which was intended to be my 2nd location, but it's cold. I've been sitting on these cold rocks for a while now. I'm hungry. Had a lot of Korean chicken this week, and my guts are really not too pleased that I'm not near the appropriate facilities. Not that you really needed to hear that, but one of the things you guys always say is that you love how authentic this channel is. Well, I have to poop. So, I think in about 10 minutes I'm going to pull this line in, I'm going to throw everything in the van, and I'm going to go home. And I'm going to have a peaceful Sunday evening with the boy. The missus goes to work, so guys' night playing video games and watching movies, I think. Huge thanks to Dave for letting me fish the spot that he's been baiting up and then coming to visit with coffee. I'm currently holding the camera right now. Thanks, Dave.
Sorry, it's shaking a little bit because I'm cold.
Appreciate it. But there you go. Move around when you can. Find some fish, find some comfortable space. You know, this late in the year we can still have a bit of a carp season going. I don't know when I'm out next, but when I am, I'll make sure I bring you along. So, see you next time.
Am I supposed to answer you?
Doesn't matter.
I might see you next time.
Might see you next time.
Thanks, John.
You need to get a fish. I just want one more before we go, man. Casting around all this space. The only thing we're seeing is a half-dead salmon swimming back and forth. Alright, that's it. It's over. We're done for the day.
And fade to black.